So since Earlene decided not to ovulate the other day and there's no way she got pregnant, we have to flush her today and check where she's at in her cycle so that we can reset her up to breed her again. But since she didn't ovulate and that semen just kind of sat in her and like didn't do anything, we have to make sure that we get that fluid all cleaned out, and you can chill, and make sure she doesn't get an infection.
Penelope, are you spying on your sister? Are you spying on her while she's sleeping?
So this is her uterus, and you see this white thing? That's like either fluid with pus or mucusy, and that's not really what we're wanting. And this is the misshapen follicle she had that we bred on, and I'm kind of glad it didn't take now because it don't look very good. So we're gonna flush her, and so we can see that the liquid going in is clear, and then when it comes out, we can kind of see how gunky it is, and then see if she might need an antibiotic. Is this an antibiotic flush, or is it just a
wash?
It's just a wash.
Saline wash, rinse is what I like to call it.
So this is just a saline rinse, and then, you know, if something's looking terrible, we'll culture her maybe and see if she needs an antibiotic flush or what we need to do. So one bag is going in, and then it'll come back out. So from looking at it, her flush looked clean. It looked great, which is what we like to hear. So I'm gonna let her wake up in the cross ties, and I'm gonna go get Indy, and we're gonna keep checking mares because we still have more mares to breed. So Indy had a 3.4 centimeter follicle that just kind of hung out for a few days the last time we checked her, which is at the end of last week. So we're gonna see if she's progressed enough, because generally she gets over a 5 centimeter before she ovulates. So we wanna make sure we're close enough to her ovulating before we breed her. So she has progressed to a 3.8, but is not in heat yet. So that means she doesn't have all of the other factors going on in her uterus to where the breeding would be successful. So she has the follicle, but now we need her to like have some edema and come into heat and like have her uterus like super receptive of that semen. So next up is Trudy. Again, just trying to short cycle her and get her back ready to breed because we're getting late in the year.
Mama's not going anywhere. It's just right here. Oh goodness, you can't get milk right now? Is that just such a big problem?
So we are giving her a shot of Lutalice and then checking her on Sunday because we have to check Indy on Sunday as well. So we're just gonna go ahead and make a day of it. Probably gonna be coming out of the turkey woods and having to check mares, which is pretty normal. All right, next up is Gracie, and I think Petey's finally old enough where she's like, screw that kid, I don't care. But he's like not very happy that his mama's not in there.
No, don't pitch a fit. Your mama will be right back. You got savings on your mouth. You are so cute though. Thank you.
So as most of y'all know, Gracie does not have her own babies. We use her as a resit mare. So we are going to check her today to see where she's at in her cycle since she had her baby about 2 months ago. And then we're gonna try to sync her up with Beyonce, who's down there. She is doing good. She's in heat, has some beautiful follicles. Everything looks good. Let's check Beyonce now. Stop trying to untie your mama. She's fine. You can eat if you want. Stop trying to jailbreak her. You're a little toot, you know that? You're last up. No, don't stop for the grass. Come on. So if she's in heat right now, it's her foal heat, which we cannot use for an embryo transfer because it wouldn't be clean enough. So really, we're just checking to make sure that she gets out of heat before we can short cycle her. All right, let's do a little overview of what all just happened. I'm gonna try to keep this straight in my brain without having to rewatch things. So for Trudy, we are short cycling her, meaning we are bringing her into heat quicker than what is natural to her. So we will be checking her on Sunday and giving her, she got Lutalice today, so we're gonna check to see how she responded to that on Sunday. And then hopefully we will be breeding her this coming week. Indy, she had a 3.8 centimeter, which means she is progressing, but she's progressing really slowly. And so with that being said, we have to wait to make sure she comes into heat. She can't just have a follicle. Everything else has to happen as well. So hopefully we will check her on Sunday and see that she's coming into heat and breed her next week. Now, when it comes to Gracie and Beyonce, trying to sync them up to do an embryo transfer, Gracie is in flaming heat right now and it looks beautiful. Her uterus looks healthy. Her follicles look healthy. She's perfect. Now, Beyonce just came out of her full heat. You cannot do an embryo transfer on a full heat because it is too like dirty of a cycle. You have to wait for it to be cleaner to be able to see that embryo when you flush it out. So with that being said, we are going to be short cycling her and bringing her back into heat. We are going to let Gracie go out of heat first though, so that we can sync them up. So letting Gracie go out of heat and then giving the meds to time them up and sync them up, which it was really easy to do last year. So cross your fingers, it is again. And then with Earlene, we will be checking her at the end of next week as well to hopefully short cycle her and breed her sooner than later as well. So a lot. Hope y'all enjoyed that update. Let me know if you have any questions.